Alright. How'd you make it so Nexus isn't marked in red? That's a good question. So, this is something that's not super apparent. When you click into your deck stat things, you can choose the format here, and there's a traditional standard checkbox. So if you click this, your Nexuses won't be highlighted in red, and your deck box won't be lit up with an X, because you're planning to play it in best of 3, which is phrased as traditional standard. So, anywho, this is Saltai Nexus. This is a deck we played a few times before. This is more of a combo control deck as opposed to like the straight blue-green Nexus that's a linear all-in combo deck. We've got 4 discard spells, then 6 pieces of removal in the main on top of Vraska as a potential win condition / answer card. And then other than that, we've got a lot of similarities to the straight blue-green Nexus deck. We've also got some discard and some Ritual of Soot to the sideboard as sweepers. So rather than trying to fog people, we're just trying to be a little bit interactive as we go. Just dive right in, shall we? It's not super apparent where you set decks to best of 3 though, right? Did you miss the cut online aggro league? I don't know what you're referring to, Turkey Sloth. What cut in line? And did not have a cut this morning. Yeah, it seems pretty good. We're on the draw, which is ideal here in a way, because we want to train at some land drops. Moto's looking especially chipper this morning. It was good downtime. Of course, Soulbit. Good morning. Maybe I'm just supposed to kill the Adanto now in the event that they go, like, land elephant. I am especially hungry in the morning. Gobble gobble. Perfect. So now I get to do this, and then I get to Growth Spiral into Cast Down this turn. Our curve here is super good. That pesky elephant that we talked about. Hey, Pythrion, thanks for the 20 months. I hope you're having a good one. See the horse in the distance. It is galloping your way. Definitely a matchup where Ritual of Soots are going to be good post board. I think I just go ahead and do this and then pass. Hopefully Chemister's Insight into a 6th land for next turn. So do I cast down something here? So I could gamble a little bit. If I cast down the Sky Marcher and I hit a land, I think I'm gonna gamble a little bit. If we hit the land next turn, we can Vraska kill the Marshal. And then they'll only have a 2/2 and our Vraska's gonna be able to hang out. Did not hit the land. It's a little unfortunate. I get to go ahead and Chemister's Insight here, though. I'm gonna leave blue-black up so that way I can draw a blue or black land and then Thought Erasure this turn. Okay, sweet. So we do this. Not necessarily ideal, but not too terrible for us either. They have Dub's Unbreakable formation. That's interesting. So... Huh. I think I take the Conclave Tribunal here, so they can't take my threat away. So next turn, I'm taking 11, so I probably don't want to play Wilderness Reclamation and pass. I believe they're every month, so tomorrow the thing should end. Thanks for the 3 months there, B-Shellers. I appreciate it. I think I just do this for 4. This gains me 2, draws me 2. I get to play a land. So they can Unbreakable Formation. I bounce off of Hunted Witness, take 8. Down to 5. And then I can... Because all these things are indestructible until the turn because of the formation, obviously. And now I can Vraska down tick the Marshal. And then this formation means that I'll be able to bounce off of the Hunted Witness and then take 4 down to 1. And then I can start pumping out blockers. I really feel like this match is this first game, not the match necessarily, we'll see how the match goes, but this first game is such a good example of why I like this build of Nexus, because like we're literally just playing a control deck, right? I'm just gonna let Vraska die here. I could Growth Spiral, but I think I'd rather just hold on to this in case I miss on a land and just play this Krasis for a bunch. So I just get to like play Krasis for X's 6 here. It's like through the game. Morning, Nivik. Yeah, Stream Decker works on Android mobile now. Hey, will do, Captain McGar. Thank you for the very generous tier 2 resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Alright, so I think I just double Reclamation here. Morning, Slacker. Does I play this deck, I find I win more when my opponent Unmoored Eco's Nexus. Yeah, if you're looking for a Nexus deck that's very good against Unmoored Eco, this is definitely the pick. Opponent had a pretty good start on the play this game, too. And we're still just, like, kind of trucking along. Alright, that should probably be the game.
I will be the one to guide my people.
And now we only need like one more Nexus to win here, which is great.
Crew, attack at will.
So if we draw a Nexus off this giant Hydro, we win. So this is 6/6. This is X's 10. And we win because, well, honestly, we were probably winning even without the Vraska ult and Hydros, but the Vraska ult guarantees that we get it next turn. And like we probably could have drawn into more copies of Nexus. Yeah, so I guess we didn't really need the Vraska this game, but you know, it's nice to have. Nice to have. think WotC should have made it with Flash. Yeah, I agree. It's a real travesty that it doesn't have Flash. Could firm agree. Alright, so we bring in sweepers and a bunch of removal. I think I cut the Thought Erasures in this matchup. They're gonna bring in some counter spells though, so maybe that makes my discard spells better. Maybe that makes my discard spells better. Erasure on 2 helps smooth our draws a little bit too. Vraska's a card that might just be right to cut out against aggro. She was okay there, but on average she's pretty slow. I'll leave a couple Duress in my deck for the sake of resource efficiency. No, I have no desire to play a deck like that in Modern Jace. I had someone ask me if they could submit it, and I told them no. Decks like that just tend to get devoured. Less spot removal, more discard? No, their deck is like mono creatures. Removal is very, very good in matchups like this. Sand was a little speculative, needed to hit a black source. We hit the black sources right away. They have a good start, but we have a really good curve again as well. So we get to go removal spell on 2 into Growth Spiral, second removal spell on 3 into Chemister's Insight, start gassing up here a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to overpower their good draw again. And this is awesome for us. They didn't have a 4th 1-drop here, which means that I get to keep them off of being able to flip this Legion's Landing for a little bit longer here, which is great. So I have to decide here, do I want a Moment of Craving a Dauntless Bodyguard or cast it down? So Moment of Craving's not going to get to gain life when it targets a Dauntless Bodyguard because they're going to sacrifice it, but I think I need to save the cast down for something like an Elephant or a Beneficial Marshal here. Something that Moment of Craving's not going to be able to kill. That's technically against the rules. My name is Brad, just as a heads up. What you just described there is defined as stalling, and it's against the rules of Magic, so... Magic Online is in downtime this morning, so we started with Arena. No, it'll get relegated to tomorrow. Switching to Magic Online in the middle of the stream would take my viewer numbers and just throw them straight into the toilet, so... I'm just gonna go ahead and take 3 here so I can Chemister's Insight this turn and be mana efficient. It does play into a Spell Pierce, but I think that's fine. Hey, Demox, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I Knight V, Defender of the Realm, go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. I wonder if they have multiple counter spells here. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have played that land. I should have held that land and ditched to a Chemister's Insight. Should have held that land to ditch to a Chemister's Insight. In a pretty good spot here though. Like they have a little bit going on, but like if we draw a brick, we could turn that brick into a Chemister's Insight, which is nice. They have a pretty slow clock. Don't have anything going on. Might as well get my mana going here. So we're looking to draw Krasis or Chemister's Insights or search for Azcanta at this point. Ritual of Soot. Yeah, I think I just go ahead and do this. Prevents them from flipping Legions, landing, halves their clock, gives me 2 more turns on the clock, technically. I'm not going to Chemister's Insight until we draw a land. Or that. That seems pretty medium right now. I'm actually going to make sure I tap here, leaving double black up, so that way if I draw a non-black land and a Ritualist, then I can cast it. Yeah, I agree, Fatman. It's just Nexus is just not a good look for the format. Alright, so we take 6 here. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this. This will put us to 14. We go to 8. I'd really like to draw a non-shock land here, so that way I can play this for an extra card. Yeah, that'll do too. Baffling End's pretty good here. Thankfully, this next Hydroid Krasis is going to gain us up to 13. Oh, I was going to say, which puts us out of range of dying to another removal spell. That changes things. Spell-based combo deck that ever felt playing a thing along. That's a good question. I'm not sure that there has ever been one, Virgil. Alright, so we got a fade removal here. Another formation would also be kind of bad for us. Stone Cold Nothing. Gotcha. Alright, so I think I just do this. And then I do this. And then we do Nexus of Fate. I'm not going to attack here, because in the event that they drew a Negate, and they didn't want to use it on this, I think, I don't know, I guess, would you consider Splinter Twin a creature-based combo deck? Basically, the offensive part about Nexus is the same thing that was offensive about KCI. The offensive part about Nexus is the fact that you have to sit there and wait. The wait is what makes it not okay compared to other things that could exist in the format. Like, I don't think it's inherently the fact that it's, like, a spell-based combo so much as it's, hey, you have to sit here with your... You have to sit here just, like, bored while waiting to find out if you die. It's, the KCI aspect of it that makes it real bad. X is 4, 10, 11. Oh, could have done 12. Drew one card too few. Whoopsie poopsie. I feel like that match was a great example of why I like this build of Nexus. Just like we're a Saltai control deck that then pivots and wins by comboing. So this is far more of a combo control deck than a dedicated linear combo deck. I did not catch the new Detective Pikachu trailer yesterday. Oh, is this a mirror? Looks like a mirror. I don't know what new Pokemon games is referring to. I am not hip to what the children are talking about. I don't know what that is. Oh, they announced it this morning. Oh, well, I have no idea. Pokemon generations after Generation 2 confused me greatly. Yeah, so I was originally going to Chemister's Insight there, but because they played Wilderness Reclamation, I'm just going to Growth Spiral so we can jam Vraska. And then we'll get sabotaged and we'll lose the game. I actually think this matchup's pretty good for our side in you know, the best of 3, but game 1 we're definitely a pretty big dog because of this, right? Like, the thing that makes me like this deck, the interactive bits, are really bad in this matchup, which is why playing against normal Nexus of Fate kinda sucks, right? Like, you have all these, it's like Esper Control that combo kills you, basically. It's like, ugh. Hey, Matt, thanks for the half a year, welcome back. Yeah, I mean, like, last season's a great example of Nexus of Fate needing a card like Wilderness Reclamation to be truly busted, right? Like, Nexus of Fate decks existed last season, they just weren't by any means the best deck in the format because they didn't have a card like Reclamation pushing them along. Your message did come through, Matt. Alright, so I think I do this. Try and hit Wilderness Reclamation, and then start taking turns ourselves. Nope, we missed. Got it. This is game 1, so it's impossible for them to have oversideboarded. And like, this is annoying, but they don't have an arc, they don't have a Azcanta, so it's not really doing anything. Why it keeps trying to leave all my black sources, all my green sources up, and not my Alright, I mean... Am I about to get Blink of an Eye? Yep, got it. Let's say, if they continue being unlucky, we could have a shot here. In the end, just like, doesn't really matter until they find a search for Azcanta. they need search for Azcanta plus a thing. Alright, this could be it. Okay, they took a turn and they have Memorial here, so they get to draw 2 finally. Alright, this could be the window where we died. I'm not conceding till they flip Azcanta. Alright, I'm gonna start mods. Please start timing people out that continue to talk about Nexus of Fate and banning it. It exists. Listen, as someone who has a lot of experience playing formats with cards that should probably be banned, you need to just let it go. You need to either concede matches to Nexus of Fate when you queue into it, or stop playing standard, because sitting there griping about what you wish would happen is not gonna help. Wizards is gonna do what Wizard wants to do. And it's just, you know, if you're not going to be happy about that, you need to move along with your life. All right, so they whiffed here, but the scary part is, like, how many counter spells do they have in their hand? So it's like, what do I want to do here? I'm not getting another turn, so might as well just, like, do my stuff and hope they don't have anything, right? Like, do I play around Blink of an Eye though? I don't know if I'm supposed to play around Blink of an Eye. Probably not. Yeah, I think we're getting blinked again, which means we're dead. Yeah, we just have to, and this is why it creates miserable gameplay experience, right? Even when you win, you're just like, oh, I crossed my fingers and I got there because they were unlucky. Oh, you know what? I probably should have cast Growth Spiral during one of my main phases. Wait, they have a blink and they're blinking my... They just have a counterspell too? Blinking that and not... They must have a counterspell, right? Otherwise blinking that just really doesn't make sense. I'm so confused. I don't know why... I don't know why you wouldn't blink my Wilderness Reclamation. That seems very wrong. They just, like, blink Wilderness Reclamation. We're dead. So, thanks, I guess. 5, 6, 7, 12. So, X is 10. And hey, it was my turn to brick off, so it didn't matter. Didn't matter that they took the game and punted it. It doesn't even matter anymore. You know what? I'm being too aggressive there. They played correctly. So the reason why they didn't bounce the Wilderness Reclamation during my main phase is because I had 4 lands up. So what they did make sense. What they did make sense because I had 4 mana available when I played. Yeah, that makes sense. They didn't bounce it because I had mana available. Is what it was. That's exactly what it was. They didn't bounce it because I would have just replayed it and then played Nexus. So bouncing Search for Azcanta denied me the ability to flip search and then double activate it the following turn. So, yeah. Yep, I'm gonna just recast it. Alright, so... Post board. We bring in a bunch of interaction. We bring in discard. We bring in Crushing Canopy. We bring in Negates. We bring in Strokes. We bring in a Duress. I have too many cards for the mirror. I might have too many cards for the mirror. Is Vraska too slow? Maybe Vraska's too slow. Getting her counterspelled feels real bad. Probably just want to hyper focus on interacting with their stuff. Nice, Chaser. Good morning to you too. Need one more cut here. Nah, I'm just gonna run 61. Screw it. Ain't nobody got time to cut a 61st card. Ain't nobody got time to cut a 61st card. Very clearly we don't have lands here because I boarded up to 61. This is a keep. It's not exciting, but it's where we're at. It's actually a good draw because it means I can play Reclamation and then have immediately have a draw card. I will do my best to entertain the cats. Azandra with the $20 tip. Thanks for the support. I'm currently in Australia while on deployment, Navy submariner. It's nice to pull in and catch a bit on your YouTube vids. Well, thanks for the support. I hope you have a safe deployment. Which deck today would I say I'm the most excited to play? I'm actually kind of excited to get back to the blue-white tempo deck later today. And Quasi Drake's also seems like it could be pretty good. I probably don't just jam needlessly here. Like, they're gonna have more counterspells post-board. So I think I just hang tight on the Wilderness Reclamation so I can just Chemister's Insight on their end step. Especially with the trophy here to kill their Reclamation. Like, I don't want to, like, jam my Reclamation, get countered, have them untap, and then play theirs. Trophy not only kills Trophy is excellent in this matchup. Not only does it kill Reclamation, but it also kills Flip Search for Azcanta. Very, very good. Is the idea with Nizal that you want to hedge the control matchup? I guess that doesn't seem terrible. I went ahead and jammed here because we have a bunch of them, and I have an Assassin's Trophy to, like, interact with their stuff if they try and combo us next turn. We haven't played much Bant. I like this compared to the blue-green deck because this is it's more interactive as opposed to just being a linear combo deck. Which, it's probably worse in terms of power level, but I enjoy playing it more because it's interactive. It does also kill quicker, which is nice. My favorite part, I just timed someone out for complaining about my overlay. My favorite part is the people who complain that don't pay me anything. Like I get it. I get it. You want everything to be exactly how you want it to be, but unlike you, the complainer, pretty much everything here on my overlay pays my bills, so the stuff that exists on the overlay is gonna stay there. And I get that, like, the chat clutters things a little bit, but, like, there are a number of people who subscribe to my channel that pay my bills that only watch on YouTube, and the chat allows them to see the people I'm responding to while they're watching on YouTube in the future. Yeah, I haven't seen Bant for a while. Bant didn't have results at the Mythic Championship. I really like the minimalistic overlays, but like everything that exists on my overlay exists there for a reason. All right, I think I'm gonna Chemister's Insight in response here, trying to hit a Wilderness Reclamation, and like I could also like, you know, I could, like, make the game window smaller so none of my overlay elements are over the game, but I kind of want the game to be as big as possible. So, like, the actual cards are large. There's plenty of dead space on the arena overlay. It's a good draw. What are we working with here? Search for Azcanta and Nexus of Fate of their own. So I think I just take the Nexus of Fate here. Ooh, that's sweet. So that actually gives me a chance to combo here. Yes, on-screen recognition for things, it 100% encourages people to do more. In fact, I do less on-screen recognition than a lot of other streamers. A lot of other streamers do things like constantly have the top donator or cheerer up there. Yeah, I don't know why it matters either, Heatstroke, because people just need something to complain about. Is what it comes down to a lot of the time. Also, like, the graveyard, the only meaningful information the graveyard gives you is what the very last card they played. You can still click on their graveyard from the interactive overlay. Yeah, Blink's been very good. For sure. Blink's been very important in these games that they've played. Correct. It does in fact do that. Yikes. Woof. We are building a house over here, that is for sure. Good news is they don't have a reclamation yet, so that's nice. Huge tracts of land. Are we actually that flooded? So that's an interesting question, right? So we've drawn half our deck, and we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is something, 13, 14, 15. So this is something that I think Magic players don't acknowledge enough of the time, myself included, is that if you look here, the spell to land ratio for the number of cards that we've seen actually isn't that far off. Like, I think it's 25 or 26 lands in this deck, which means 15 lands and 29 cards is pretty close to what you expect. Thanks, Silver. I should probably trophy their search. Yeah, probably should have done that before they started doing things with it. Probably should have done this during their upkeep after we bricked a little bit. And gave them an extra look here. And we could lose our Reclamation because of it and die. Jack, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Doesn't even matter anymore. At least our mistake ended up being irrelevant. At least our mistake ended up being irrelevant. How's everyone doing? Good morning. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday, good middle of your week. Hanging out, playing some Standard all day today. I think we're gonna do a long stream today. We've got a bunch of great Standard decks line up. Thanks, Squid. Thanks for dropping in this morning. Robin, thanks for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people you could ship those Bezo bucks to. Thanks for sending them my way this month. It's like not amazing, but fine. Any Modern today? No, Moto's down. It's kind of sad too. I was looking forward to playing. We're gonna play Vanafear Chord is the top deck in the Modern queue at the moment. I was looking forward to playing that again. No, I don't play any limited on stream or off stream. It's not really my jam. Well, thanks, Robin. I appreciate that. And thanks for the support. Thanks for keeping me around. I should probably... I've been using my shuffling deck a little bit too much. I had someone comment on it the other day. Keeps my hands... If I have cards in front of me, I shuffle them. And I've had my shuffling deck in front of me a lot. That's the green source I wanted for Christmas. Alright, our hand's actually very good here. And their start isn't super aggressive. So, like... I get to go Growth Spiral into Reclamation, Insight the following turn, and then start Nexusing. Alright, I lied. Their hand is very reasonable. It is definitely sufficiently randomized. We might be dead next turn. Hopefully we draw a removal spell here. Moment of Craving would be ideal. Alright, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. We're dead to another Heroic Reinforcements, right? Heroic Reinforcements exactly 11 here. Curse you, interaction. Curse you. Hey, Dr. Jones. Good morning. Hope you're having a good one. They discarded Judith. That doesn't feel like it bodes well for us. I'm dead on board. I guess I do this. Ditch this. Moment of Craving keeps me alive. I was hoping to draw land that doesn't hurt me plus Moment of Craving, but This means I'm at least not passing the turn to dead on board. Although they discarded a Judith, so like they probably have second Judith, which is lethal. Or that. They have that, which is very, very lethal. Yep. Beep, beep. It's my favorite deck of all time. Probably Temur Flash from Innistrad RTR Standard. That deck will always have a special place in my heart. Liked that one a lot. I'm gonna trim the Vraskas and a Search, bring in Rituals, another Moment, and trim a Thought Erasure as well. Give this a try. I do like Temur decks. Temur is my wedge. It is what I am into more than anything. I needed to draw the moment, Weem Dog. Psychotog Upheaval. You're not wrong about being a monster. So, I think one thing, especially new players do incorrectly a lot of the time with a card like Duress, is you shouldn't be boarding in a card like Duress just because your opponent has high impact instants and sorceries. A card like Duress should only be coming in matchups where your opponent has a high density of cards that Duress is taking. So, even if your opponent has a few high impact instants and sorceries, you shouldn't be bringing in Duress. You should only be, yes, cards like control decks, like, basically think about it, Duress isn't a card that's good enough that you can afford for it to miss. So, if Duress has a decent probability of missing in a matchup that you're playing, you probably shouldn't be bringing it in. I'm playing my Hydroid Krasis out here as a 2-2, because hopefully it's going to make my opponent keep their hero back and extend a little bit more, because I want them to ideally extend into my Ritual of Soot. Or not. Or they just have no chill. Got it? I like them being aggressive here. I was hoping to induce them to overextend, but they're having none of it. No chill. I mean, I like it. My opponent has identified their role. Now that they know about this other Ritual of Soot and that they have discard, I'm just going to play it out since we don't have any other targets. I like that. It's a good line by my opponent. Yeah, Duress this. Getcha. Getcha. Alright, what you got? Show me all secrets. Alright, alright. Top deck hero. Bum 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 ba da dum bum. And by that I don't mean top deck heroic reinforce. God bless America, my country. 'Tis a deep sweet land of liberty, of the icing. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Ah! Why, Magic? Why? I don't have any Bezo bucks, just my own. Here are some. What's going on, the Rex? Thanks for the 2-month resub. Or 3 months. Currently on 2-month streak. Welcome back. Woo. We only have one Ritual of Soot left. Yeah. Oh, God bless you, little jellyfish. God bless you, little jellyfish. Staying alive, staying alive. Do 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 do. We've got huge tracts of land. It's fine. Let's just draw another Krasis. Alright, this time we're actually flooding, right? We've had 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, we had 13 lands in 2020. Woo, doggy! Alright. Alright, my opponent just assumed we're way luckier than we actually are. God bless, God bless. Malorus, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Whew. Whew. Listen, chat, don't look gift horses in the mouth, okay? Just smile and nod. Just be like, yep, totally had stuff. Totally had things going on. Alright, this hand really wants lands that don't deal damage to it, but the spells are decent, so we're gonna keep. Opponent confirmed not ghosting. Ooh, they kept a speculative hand. Alright, what'd you keep? I think I'm just gonna moment this turn. I'm feeling a little hungry. So we'll end up at 16, we'll end up at 14. Yeah, with the Hydra in my hand, I can play this out as a blocker like this. There's no need to get like super aggressive here. Judy! Yeah, Footlight Fiend's a very playable card. Very, very playable magic card. So I'm going to 11 here. This puts me to 10. If they whip the land for heroic reinforcements, we'll Craving one of the tokens, untap, and then Krasis. I kind of want them to hit the land here so we can have something to Moment of Craving. This is just gonna die, but it's definitely worth playing out to hit a land drop and gain some life. I think we're getting pretty well set up to win this game at this point. Yeah, I would say even if they have like second reinforcements here, I get to go like cast down, Moment of Craving, and then I end up at 6 here. Are we the bad guys? Well, we're not the good guys. Decided they didn't want to play Magic anymore. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you enjoy standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. We usually change decks every 60 to 90 minutes or so. As always, a shout out to all my wonderful subscribers out there. I wouldn't be here day and day without their wonderful support. By subscribing and also support myself by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. I'm actually going to be playing in their standard tournament this weekend. I'm planning to play the Temur Climb deck that I played in the Rivals event on Saturday this weekend, so be sure to tune into their coverage to check that out. BCW Supplies are the only ones that I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. They do sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories, and you can check them out at bcwsupplies.com and use code Jeff10 to save 10% on any of your orders there. Neo provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars using code Hoagland at bit.ly/HoagleBar. You can take 10% on all of your orders there with them. And, of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you choosing to drop in and spread part of your day here with us. Remember, if you are new to the content, make sure you hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. Also, consider if you use Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter. I always post deck lists as we're changing throughout the day. So if you can't tune in for the entire stream, but you want updates on different things that I'm playing throughout the day, you can always get them there. Yeah, the sideboard guide for the Temur Climb deck you can find linked on the Temur Climb portion of my website. So click standard decks and then Temur Climb, and you'll find it linked there along with other resources. This hand wishes it had some untapped lands in it, but it's pretty reasonable otherwise. Perfect. Nexus was the first deck of the day, so this is our 3rd or 4th match, I believe. Nothing is broken in this format. This format's incredibly well balanced, and even cards like Nexus, while they're tedious and annoying to play against a lot of the time, I don't think they're broken from a power level perspective. I think this format's got a lot of good things going on in it. You get Spell Pierce here. In a way, like, it sucks to miss our 4th land here, but getting that Spell Pierce versus getting something else Spell Pierce is kind of okay for us. That was, as far as non-land draws go, this was definitely towards the top. That, well, that's a hand. Yikes. Do we just concede? I think we just concede. I think we just hope that the Wilderness Reclamation sticks here. If this doesn't stick, I'll pack it in. Well, I can't even Moment of Craving this, right? This is a 3/3. Because Obsession makes it bigger. I get it. I get it. We'll go to the next one. I feel like the format is more polarized than the previous one. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Flempler. I definitely enjoyed the standard format prior to this one more than this one, and it's primarily because of these two cards. Like, I don't think this format is bad by any stretch of the imaginations, but it's definitely not my #1 best standard format of all time. It is worse because of this card. But to be fair, a lot of things are going to end up being worse than this is the best standard format I've ever played. So, like, take that for what you will. How many Thought Erasures do I leave in this matchup? Maybe that's the card I trim. I like Duress because it's pretty resource efficient. I think I'd rather just have a bunch of removal spells and sweepers. What are my top 3 favorite standard formats? Last season, before this latest set, was #1. Innistrad RTR standard is #2. I don't know about #3. This one might be in contention for #3. Nah, maybe like Cons standard, Cons BFZ. I didn't mind that format too much. This hand's okay. It needs some black sources, but I've got turn 2 Azcanta on the play, which is kind of hard to pass up. Yeah, this format's fine. By any means, it's definitely like a good format, I think. Still, even with the stains it has on it from Wilderness Reclamation and Nexus, like, it's still a fine format. It just is definitely not my #1 because of the stain that is Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, and that's the great thing about standard, right? Like, there's gonna be a new set in less than 2 months, and we'll get to talk and complain about that. I'm gonna cast this now, because if they counterspell this, maybe they won't have a counterspell for my Wilderness Reclamation next turn. This is my 26 land deck. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Now, I think playing Spell Pierce is much worse than just playing something like Duress Lethargic. I actually don't think this deck is that bad of a mono blue matchup, but that's what it is. This is games like this are a tough measure, right? Because, like, we kept a 2-lander on the play with Search for Azcanta, and then just never found a 4th land while we have a bunch of cards in our hand that we would love to be casting. I don't think splashing for a card like Banefire fixes problems that the Elf deck has, Miser. Is basically the TLDR. I think I play this because I don't care if it gets countered. It's the card I want to resolve the... Oh, geez, I didn't realize they were flooping this turn. I don't know if that really changes anything, but it definitely feels bad. In order to have a card be worth splashing into a 2-color deck, it has to really be solving problems that the archetype has. Alright, well, we get to play this around to Spell Pierce this turn, so Wizard's Retort so I can concede. Yeah, the miracle mechanic definitely didn't create very very stimulating. It created good esports moments, though. Definitely created good esports moments. So this is something that I would like to bring up that I think enough people don't think about. The reason why Mono Blue is able to be so good in this format is because the types of decks that are good against Mono Blue can never, ever beat Nexus of Fate decks. That's how formats of Magic work. It's not just one deck versus another, right? There's lots of factors. The decks that tend to be good against Mono Blue tend to be a dumpster fire against Nexus of Fate decks. Decks that are heavily interactive tend to have a bad time against the Nexus of Fate decks because your interaction doesn't line up well into them. I'm referring to mid-range interactive decks. I get that Mono Red has a chance against Nexus. I agree with that sentiment. Nice, Bloody. Yeah, Arena's making Magic bigger in a way it just never could be before. As someone who's been streaming Magic full time since MTGO is really the only option, it's nice to see Magic grow. Magic's always been a pretty great game. Having a good digital client for it is a great addition. Your opponent needed 20 attacks in that last game? No. You will greatly reduce your frustration against strategies like Mono Blue and Nexus if you learn to recognize when you pretty much can't win the game anymore. The probabilities of them breaking from positions like that are so small, you're pretty much just frustrating yourself by continuing to play through. Ooh, that's a good flip. Means I can go ahead and play this Krasis for 4. And you're right. My opponent's not like 100% to win the game there, but they're high enough that it's basically garbage time. It's basically me just sitting there crossing my fingers. Maybe Thought Erasure is worth keeping in. It definitely won us that game there. Relic Seeker is definitely slow. Wonder if I just turn into Saltai control and just cut the combo. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. I'm probably just supposed to turn into Saltai control. Just like kill them with Krasis. Let's try this. Why did they concede to that game state? Because they were incredibly unlikely to win the game. They had very little pressure in play. I had a meaningful blocker for most of their threats, and my hand had 7 cards in it. This hand's okay, but not amazing. Second Ritual of Soot makes it better, because the first one's very likely not resolving with the second one bite. Yeah, I agree. Mono Blue is a lot like the Delver decks. And Autumn talked about this, right? They like Delver decks in Legacy, and Mono Blue's a lot like Delver from those older non-rotating formats, because even in matchups that are hard, sometimes you just go threat, Curious Obsession, counter, spell, kill you. I actually think the mono blue matchup for Climb is better than the Esper matchup, for reference. There was a lot of play in the matchup a lot of the time, but I think the Teamer deck has really good tools between Wild Growth Walker being able to run away with the games and your amount of interaction that you already have. Hey, Rye, thank you for the 24 months and thank you for the 2-3 sub for Dinos. Will do. Land. Alright, alright. So this is the part where we start just shoving a bunch of must-counter things. So with this Canopy, do I want to hit... I'm going to hit the Curious Obsession here rather than their creature. So this way I don't get beat by Dive Down. Yeah, I agree, B-Rich. The reason why your mono blue matchup is okay is because a non-zero amount of the time you just head to the races. Great. Well, they need exactly another Spell Pierce here, which means we're about to get Spell Pierced, but you know. Okay, sada, whatever will be. That actually worked, you see. Do. Well, this worked last turn, so I assume it's going to work again. I feel like we're solidly approaching garbage time at this point. I'm going to go ahead and play this Search for Azcanta out here, because it puts the 7th card in my bin. That's probably wrong. I should probably just Chemister's Insight. It's whatever. I think we've got enough removal spells in Krasis that we're solidly headed. I'm gonna bin that looking for a 6th land. Morning 5 ID. Well, we didn't hit the lands we were looking for, but our hand's great, as happenstance. Turns out having 7 spells is good. Who knew? Yeah, Growth Chamber Guardian's good against both Mono Blue and Esper. Huh. I wonder if we're just supposed to turn into Saltai control in this matchup. I think that might be the answer. Definitely feels like it could be the correct answer. Yeah, Cinnabar, that's why I said after I put the second Azcanta into play, it's better to Insight here. I agree with your assessment that that's the better play. I could have tapped my lands differently to have a removal spell up here. Right, I think? Yeah, I could have erasured and then, yeah. So I could have Moment of Craving up here, but instead I don't, because I was sloppy. So, I can't just Moment of Craving the Terramander in response to the Adapt, because if I do that, my opponent will just adapt it again in response. Oh, geez, I did it again, didn't I? I need to pay more attention. I can't Growth Spiral now the way I tapped. I tapped too much green. Should have thought about all my permutations better here. I can Moment of Craving here. Also, I probably should have sequenced those removal spells in the opposite order. Should have played Trophy first, so that way when they counter it, they don't get to search a land. Morning Clown Punch. Alright, what you working with? Show me what you got. Are we done here yet? What are we doing? For the record, that game's been over for a long time. The game's been over for a long time. All right, let's play one more. I think that's the answer. I think we actually just turned into Saltai control against Mono Blue. They're really, Mono Blue is good against Nexus, so like pulling off the Nexus plan probably makes a lot of sense. And again, that's the reason why I like this build of Nexus, because it's a control deck and then a combo deck, and we can turn into just a full control deck in places where it makes sense too. It's very true. We won that game in spite of letting the auto tapper do its thing and not paying close enough attention. Yeah, gosh, remember the land before Arena? When Moto had downtime, I just took the day off. It was weird. Would you consider that a risky keep? No, I think this hand was very good. Like, obviously it needs to draw some spells, but like, your hands are always gonna need to draw something almost. Some hands need to draw lands, other hands need to draw spells. I think I actually want a Thought Erasure here, rather than Wilderness Reclamation, because I don't want to get my Wilderness Reclamation Vivian'd. Gosh, we're so good at this. We're so good at this, chat. We're so good. Do 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 pew 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 do 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 do. If there's one thing playing lots of Modern has taught me, it's that you shouldn't expect Wizards of the Coast to ban anything. And you also shouldn't expect your end step stop to work if you click it while your thing's on the stack. So, that sucks. Is that Crash Bandicoot music? I don't know where that music's from. That's just what I felt like humming at that particular moment. I think Jaya could have a place in the Gate stack. No, triple red's really hard for that deck. No, I wanted to Thought Erasure, Doc Prof. I played that there because I wanted to Thought Erasure. Alright, looking for a removal spell for this Thief of Sanity. Unfortunate. Ooh, a piece of candy. pretty likely to win from here. All but locked up. I'm here for the singing pink guy. God bless. Do 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 do. Don't mind me, just tapping my lands. Tap, 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 tapping my lands. Don't mind me, just tap, tap, tapping my lands. Do, 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 do. We've officially entered garbage time. Opponent agrees. We've officially entered garbage time. Alright, so I think Ritual of Soot's good in this matchup. It kills their Krasis and stuff. Probably trim Moment of Craving. I think that's just all I want to do. Just like craving out Ritual of Soot in. Maybe Disdainful Stroke is good, just because like Vivian Reed's pretty annoying, but I don't really know what I want to cut. Yeah, it's fine against Thief, but I've got, like, Cast Down and Soot and Thought Erasure, too, so, like, I've got ways to take Thief off the table. I've got, like, Hydroid Krasis to block, and I've got Vraska. You ever break into Solitaire just to flex on your opponents, right? Look at me! Look at me! Yeah, sounds great. Welcome back, Relic. You gotta take an interest in Commander if it was added to Arena. Probably not. I don't know. Competitive Commander doesn't really seem like a good place. I'd rather just play other formats that are more focused on being competitive. Forcing Commander to be competitive seems like trying to pound in a nail with a screwdriver. Which doesn't seem like the right tool for the job. God bless you, back up Azcanta. Always bring a spare, chat. Negate, rude. Why you have to be so interactive, opponent? Why can't you just roll over and die? Die! There, I'm just gonna clean the board out this turn. So, it would be possible to add a command. Actually, I'm not even sure if that... I could probably program a bot to do something close to that. The problem is, it just adds another thing for me to be doing as part of the stream. So, I know myself. It's the same reason I don't put the record with our deck on the screen somewhere. Having to update something on the overlay like that so regularly would just, like, be something that would get missed some amount of the time. I already have a lot of things that I have to do in between each deck. You have a 2/2. Rather than add something that'll be wrong a portion of the time, I'd rather just not have it. I can, but there's different people that are watching throughout the day, so again, it just comes back to I don't want to set something up that's going to be wrong some amount of the time. That doesn't seem productive. Alright. Target opponent discards negate. Without a Thought Erasure in sight, we just need to plow through. I already have a thing that tells me how to clip the videos, Jofu. And I have markers that go into the stream. Putting markers in the stream is one of the many things that I already do mid-stream. Whenever you talk about adding something like that, you have to, I as a content producer have to weigh like, what's the added value versus the added extra work, right? And especially if it's something where like, it could literally be detracting value by being wrong, it's like, do I really want to do that? Hey, Oblong, thanks for continuing your sub-gifty. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Thought Erasure is a very good draw here. Means I get to spot check before I play a Nexus. Oh, they don't have anything. Okay. Huh. So. Huh. I think I bin this, and I just need to dig as much as possible for Wilderness Reclamation. Do I have enough to cast Nexus and still activate that? I don't yet. That's sad. Alright, that's sweet. So now, next turn, I can activate Nexus and activate. Oh, it's not good enough because they played Carnage Tyrant. That's so sad. So sad. Alright, so we're looking for Nexus or Wilderness. Okay, that's Wilderness Reclamation. One and 0, different numbers, chat. One and 0, different numbers. Alright, we got a couple of looks here. Oh no. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Right, I don't think I can cast Nexus after I do this. Rats. So close. So close and yet so far away. If we'd have hit that turn, we very likely would have gone off because we'd have had 2 activations every turn, but it's a little bit too late. Opponent had a good mix of disruption and pressure there, right? Had negates and things like that. I don't know why I'm peeking at my email. Someone asked earlier if Chimantic had made a quick purchase. They did. Thank you for that. Be sure to drop me a DM and let me know from that Twitch account what you'd like to bump up. Perfect. Thank you, Giddle. Sorry I missed it the first time. There is not anything that exiles things in this deck, no. Not sure why that would be necessary. Yeah, Christy is signed the kids up for ninja school on Wednesday night, so assuming we have all right numbers this evening, I'm planning to do a long stream. I think I really need a land, but I think I'm supposed to keep that. Is there an age limit on that? They teach them how to Naruto run. They basically just make the kids do obstacle courses, is what I've gathered. I think I keep that because it doesn't let me soot this turn, which I kind of wanted to do, but it does let me ditch second Azcanta to Chemister's Insight. Hi IQ, thank you for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Now that I've binned the second one, they might have like a canopy for this. We really like a black source since we got a negate out of them there. I'm going to leave that on top because it gains a life, it replaces itself, and it blocks here inside of combat. Mr. T! Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, we play Modern almost every day. We didn't play it this morning because Moto, but we'll be back again doing Modern tomorrow. And Dinky Dorko, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I think when we get closer to the new set release, we're probably going to do a little bit less standard and a little bit more modern because we're going to do a bunch of standard, obviously, after the new set releases. The Moto downtime, I believe, is scheduled to last for another 4 hours. Because apparently 9 hours of downtime is what they need. I'm just gonna do this and clean their board out. Wow, that's brutal. Alright, probably dead. I was like, if this gets counterspelled, I'm happy with that, but counterspell plus pressure is real bad for us here. I don't think we have enough mana to do anything meaningful at this point. Yep. A little bit too much stumble and fumble that game. Almost got there in the second one, but too much fumble at the end there. As far as wraps go, when it's a deck like this that we've played a bunch, I don't really have feedback on the list. I'm pretty happy with the way this list is configured. This Nexus deck, in my experience, has the best mono blue matchup of all the Nexus decks, just because, as you saw in the games that we played there, we just board into a control deck against them, and Saltai control's, like, kind of reasonable against them between your Duresses and your Thought Erasures and your Sweepers and removal spells, so... And Hydroid Krasis, honestly, is pretty reasonable against Nexus, just because it's good against mono blue, just because it's a 2/2 flyer that blocks a lot of the time that's meaningful. Alright. We got a little bit of a meme for the next one. Let's get this pulled up here. The Gates mirror deck. Alright, let me update the stream decker. We'll be on our way.